Welcome to We Love Pets. Bringing a small pet into your home is an incredibly exciting milestone, but it's really not just a simple matter of grabbing a cage and a bag of food from the store. Today, we're exploring the definitive, step-by-step blueprint for welcoming your tiny new family members safely and successfully into your home. Think of this professional explainer as your ultimate guide to transforming your space into a true safe haven for your new companion. Let's get right into it.
Listen to this quote. Failing to properly prepare your environment can lead to immediate safety risks and extreme stress. We really need to emphasize the gravity of that reality right out of the gate. Bringing a small animal home requires rigorous, methodical preparation. It is not a casual weekend trip to the pet store. To a tiny animal, your house is a totally alien and potentially hazardous landscape. Without the exact right setup, you are literally risking their health and well-being from minute one.
So, to make sure we avoid those risks, we're going to follow a highly structured protocol today. We'll start with securing your home environment, then move into navigating the free roaming debate, choosing the right enclosure, stocking health and enrichment supplies, and finally, we'll cover the psychological adjustment period.
Section 1. Securing your home environment.
Before your new pet even crosses the threshold of your front door, the physical environment of your designated pet room has to be meticulously secured. You have to look at your house from the perspective of an animal that is only a few inches tall. Small animals possess this almost unbelievable ability to squeeze into microscopic spaces. Basically, the rule of thumb in the animal kingdom is that if their skull can fit through a gap, their entire body is coming right through. Because of this, you absolutely must patch and block all structural holes in your walls and floors. You also need to completely conceal any exposed electrical cords. To a rodent, those look exactly like chewable vines. And crucially, you must secure furniture with moving parts. Things like recliners and rocking chairs pose severe, immediate crushing hazards to a little creature exploring underneath them.
Beyond physical hazards, you've got to master environmental control. And I need to issue a very strict clinical warning here. Small animals are highly susceptible to heat stroke. Because of their size, their bodies heat up incredibly fast. You absolutely must keep their habitats out of direct sunlight. A glass tank sitting in the sun literally becomes an oven in a matter of minutes. Furthermore, you need to maintain a stable ambient temperature, right between 65 and 75 degrees Fahrenheit. This precise environmental temperature control is an absolute non-negotiable for their survival. Section 2. Navigating the free roaming debate. Now, this is a highly contested topic in small animal care, particularly for species that inherently crave exploration, like ferrets, rabbits, rats, and guinea pigs. But here is the reality. Unrestricted roaming presents severe, life-threatening dangers. Unsupervised pets can easily get trapped inside your drywall, sustain devastating crushing injuries from just normal human foot traffic, or completely destroy your home's electrical wiring. It is simply too dangerous. The optimal, scientifically sound solution is providing a spacious, secure enclosure paired with daily, strictly supervised out-of-cage time. They still get the vital mental stimulation of exploring, but in a totally controlled, monitored environment. For extremely small rodents, you often see people using those plastic exercise balls for exploration. But these come with acute risks. If you're going to use an exercise ball for a hamster, you must limit that session strictly to under 1 hour. Why? Well, that enclosed plastic space can rapidly lead to exhaustion and severe dehydration. And it probably goes without saying, but these must never be used near staircases, and they should absolutely never be used in the same room as predatory household pets like cats or dogs. The sheer stress of being batted around inside a plastic sphere by a curious cat is immense for a tiny prey animal.
Section 3. Choosing the right enclosure.
Your animal's enclosure is, without a doubt, the absolute most vital investment you will make for their physical and psychological well-being. Think about it. It's their bedroom, their dining room, and their safe space all rolled into one. So before diving into specific species, let's establish the absolute baseline architectural rule for all small pet habitats. Larger is always better, and optimal ventilation is non-negotiable. An undersized, poorly ventilated cage leads directly to an accumulation of ammonia from their waste, causing serious respiratory diseases. So always buy the absolute largest enclosure you can possibly fit and afford.
Housing requirements actually vary drastically by species. For example, ferrets require tall, multi-level wire cages and never-ever glass tanks, so they have room to climb and sleep in hammocks. Rabbits need expansive hutches, but crucially, they must have solid floors. Forcing a rabbit to stand on wire mesh can cause severe, painful foot infections known as sore hocks. Rats demand significant vertical space to accommodate their highly athletic climbing habits. Meanwhile, guinea pigs aren't great climbers at all and can actually injure their spines trying, so they thrive in wide single-level habitats with plenty of floor space.
Section 4. Health and enrichment supplies. Okay, so now that we've structurally built the enclosure, we must equip that habitat for long-term health, starting with a strict mandate on safe bedding materials. You must explicitly avoid pine and cedar shavings. Yes, those woods contain natural phenols. Those are the aromatic compounds that give them that fresh, woody smell, but those exact same compounds emit fumes capable of causing severe respiratory damage and liver issues in small animals. Instead, always opt for high-quality recycled paper or aspen shavings. For dining, provide their nutrition in heavy ceramic bowls that they cannot tip over, and ensure hydration via external drip-proof water bottles so their water supply isn't contaminated by soiled bedding. But remember, tailored nutrition and clean water are just insufficient on their own. A surviving pet is not the same thing as a thriving pet. A thriving pet requires mandatory structural and mental enrichment right inside their habitat. You need to provide secure exercise wheels for rodents to run off that high energy, climbing ramps for navigation, and ample hiding shelters. Small prey animals instinctually need a place to hide to feel safe. Shelters constructed from safe materials like untreated cardboard or heavy PVC pipes are excellent, essential additions. Section 5. The psychological adjustment period. Think about this from their perspective. Transitioning from a bustling pet store or a shelter into your completely unfamiliar home is a massive, terrifying psychological shock for a tiny animal. Because of this, 24 to 48 hours is the exact window you must leave your new pet completely alone. When you put them in their new enclosure, you must limit handling entirely. I know it's incredibly hard, but resist the urge to pick them up, play with them, or show them off. Do absolutely nothing but let them be.
Let's walk through the timeline for this psychological integration. In those first 24 to 48 hours, they just need to observe their surroundings and locate their food and water, completely undisturbed. Moving into week 1, your goal is simply to let them establish a baseline sense of security in their new territory. Only in the subsequent weeks should you slowly begin to introduce the realities of a human home, things like loud noises, the presence of children, and eventually the sights and smells of other household pets. Respecting their profound need for space early on is the scientific foundation of building trust.
During this critical adjustment period, you must observe them vigilantly. Now, it is totally normal for them to be shy, but keep an eye out for 3 specific behaviors: a total refusal to eat, constant open-mouth panting, or uncharacteristic severe aggression. If you observe any of these, it means the animal isn't just stressed, they are in crisis. These are direct indicators of a medical emergency requiring immediate veterinary intervention.
Setting up the perfect physical environment requires meticulous planning, but honestly, it's only half the journey. Your home might be completely critter-proofed, perfectly temperature-controlled, and richly enriched, but are you fully prepared for the immense patience it takes to actually build their trust? Earning the love of a small prey animal is an exercise in extreme dedication, but the reward of a thriving, confident companion is absolutely unparalleled. Thank you for joining us for this comprehensive explainer. If you're passionate about giving your animals the best life possible, please subscribe to We Love Pets for more in-depth documentary-style care guides. Until next time, keep your pets safe, healthy, and happy.